Narcissists are some of the most insecure individuals on earth. They're so insecure, and there's a huge misconception that they're full of themselves and they're grandiose. Regardless, even if they behave in that manner, it's false, right? They're masking what's beneath the surface. Beneath the surface is a very vulnerable, weak, insecure individual, and it's something you've got to grasp. Chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls. I'm sure we've all seen it. I'm sure you've all seen it. Okay, narcissists scan you when you're around other people, and it's from their lack of self, their low sense of self and self-esteem issues, and feeling insecure. It's not something to be laughed at, because it's not good anyone being in that position, because even chosen ones and empaths and genuine souls can have insecurities or self-esteem issues and things like that, right? But it's the narcissist tries to put you down as a coping mechanism, right? They try to put you down. They'll it's not just romantic relationships, and I'll get into that in a moment, but for example, in romantic relationships, they'll think that you're looking at other people, or they'll think other people are looking at you, and basically they're feeling you slipping away from their grasp. And I was in a friendship. I had a friend, and he, when I started to distance myself and hang around with other friends or anything like that, he got very possessive, right? So what I'm saying is this is beyond what you think about, like romantic relationships or anything. This is family units. This is friends that are doing this. They're very possessive over you because they feel insecure, and they need you. You have to understand that you are a life support. You regulate their emotions. You being around them bullying you, them taking advantage of you, whatever, regulates their emotions. They feel complete. Okay? So what I need you to understand is the narcissist, oftentimes you have been ghosted, abandoned, discarded, because they felt you slipping away. They saw you slipping away before their eyes. You probably had accusations at work. There's a huge misconception as well. Sorry, I keep saying that, but there's a huge misconception that narcissists, accuse you of cheating and things like that, or stealing or whatever. They accuse you of things because they're covering up for themselves, and in some sense that's true. But also, they're also doing it because they're on the lookout for you to behave in that way, because they're feeling insecure about you jetting out the door, or you stealing from them, or running away, or whatever, right? If it's a business partner or whatever, right? Like they're basically thinking that you're going to be done with them, and this is why they escalate, right? And this is what you need to watch out for. And this is what, please, I hope some of you are in this position right now and you're listening. Like, do not chase, okay? Just like, when, like, you got to understand that the reason why many of you like push the narcissist away, and we like, hear me out now, it works in your favor, but the narcissist is pushing you away, right? Then you chase, and that's actually pushing the narcissist further and further away. Now, it's a good thing, because they're not taking you up on your sincerity or your truthfulness or your transparentness, or you being transparent. They're not taking up on that opportunity, and them failing to take you up on that opportunity does haunt them in the future. And it also gives you some breathing space to focus on your healing journey, become an individual again, do some soul searching, some introspection, and you really elevate. So it works in your favor. All I'm saying to you is, if a narcissist has gone in that direction, they're pushing you away, you know they're not right for you. You need to wrap your head around that. That person is not right for you. They haven't treated you with the respect you deserve, and there's no point going into a lower vibrational frequency of playing games to make them chase you, or to make them, you know what I'm saying? But if you just stand your ground and say you've gone in your own direction, call it a day, they're going to get so desperate very quickly. And I don't know if this is the right advice, because I think some of you might still not be strong enough to not get suckered back into that relationship. But I'm saying, if you're listening to this now, and you're in that position, the narcissist has pushed you away, they're being cold, leave them alone. All right? Leave them alone. I hope like you've obviously seen signs that they're a narcissist, so it's best that you don't take them up on that opportunity when they try to rekindle or anything like that, because that is what will happen if you just play it their way. Okay, narcissists will say, "I'm gonna go, I'm leaving you," or they'll discard you, or ghost you, or abandon you, and if you chase, it just keeps them further away. So just leave them to it. Okay, and I guarantee they come knocking back quickly. They come circling back to you quickly. This is what will happen. Alright? I know some of you are going to be in a position like, all right, Zan, tell me what to do. I'm going to get them back and stuff. No, you don't want them back. Alright? Whether this was a friend, a family unit, a mother, a father, a romantic partner, whatever, right? Whatever this person was to you, you don't want them back in your life. All I'm saying is, if you have chased already, that's okay. Like I say, it works in your favor. That was you being sincere. That was you wanting to talk things through. They didn't take you up on the opportunity. It just takes them a lot longer to realize your value. That's all that happens. That's the only negative. It's not even a negative because it works in your favor because you're given space. And this is the most important thing, right? When you're leveling up, okay? When you're leveling up, isolation is one of those prices you have to pay. And this is the universal God teaching you that you was involved in these relationships or family units or whatever, and you never had any time for yourself. So when you're starting to level up, you will go through isolation processes. All right, you ain't gonna be at the clubs. You're not gonna be with the friends that used to be around. You're not gonna be doing those sorts of things, because once you go through the awakening, you're leveling up. You're not comfortable in them environments anymore. Even festivals and concerts, them things don't like interest you like they used to. Like, I've been to concerts, I've done, like in my past, but there's things that now you won't do. And this is what you start needing to focus on. And really, all of us, if we grind it out now, and get ahead for the future, because we've wasted so much time giving it to people, alright? We've wasted so much time towards other people. Narcissists, toxic individuals, friends, family, romantic partners, whatever. You're giving so much time to narcissists, you see? And I know not everyone surrounding you is a narcissist, but a lot of you have a lot of narcissists around you, alright? It's just a waste of time giving your energy to these people, you see? And it's time to be a bit more selfish, and focus on yourself. And that's why I think there's a part where you go through an isolation process. And I know someone in the comments are going to go, "Oh, Zion, I've been in the isolation process for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, whatever." They're gonna say something like negatively at me. What I'm saying is if you're in that isolation and you're not using it to your advantage, then you may. Why is God gonna grant you someone if you're still in the position where you're depending on the person's validation for your existence? You see, you don't need to depend on someone's validation for your existence or something like that. You see, and that's what this teaches you, to stand alone. All right, I've said it again, this will be the last time. There's a huge misconception about people that are alone. All right, there's certain stigmas. People say, "Oh, they don't want single people around their friends," or these sorts of things, right? There's a huge misconception around single people. Single people are selective, all right? And this is what you're going to go through now when you're alone. You're selective about who you give your time to. You're not going to rush into something too soon. And that's why you've got to heal first, all right? You've got to heal first, because I've even spoken to people that have been through narcissistic abuse. They've come out of narcissistic abuse. They've took a long period of time isolating, leveling up, doing their things, their work, I don't mean work like just spiritual work, actual work, like just building themselves up, and they got lured out by another narcissist, okay? Like somewhat many years down the line. And this is the thing, you can fall back to sleep. So it's all preparation, right? You might think like, there'll come a time when you're not watching the videos, you're not reading the books, you're not even in, like, and you can fall back to sleep. And I'm not just saying that to plug videos. I'm saying, remember what you're watching. You may not, you might, something might happen in your life where you don't have the time to watch the videos, or you don't have the time to read the books, or you don't have time. You might start working more hours or things like that. Like, just remember the lessons that you've learned from me, from anyone else, from your own experience. Remember these lessons and change your whole approach in the future. What I'm saying is what I said to this person that was spent a long time leveling up and everything like that, is they become so comfortable in their own company that, and this narcissist that tried to infiltrate their life was efficient, from what they told me, very efficient, mirroring them to the highest possible degree and stuff like that. And that's what you need to watch out for. And the person even claimed that they'd been through narcissistic abuse. So that's why, you know, I did say, like I tell you as well, don't tell people that you've been through narcissistic abuse. Don't tell people that you've been through that. Okay. So what I'm saying is, this narcissist will push you away. All right. They're going to push you away, but they felt like they was losing you, you know? They felt like they were losing you. They felt you slipping away. So it's time that you endure this time alone, away from the toxic friendship circle, away from the toxic family unit. Away from the romantic relationships. There's something that just dawned on me. Like, some people have made themselves homeless to get away from family units and stuff. And I'm not advising you to do that. You know, I'm not advising you to do that. I'm just saying that's what some lengths some people have to go where they just go, right? I've heard of people also moving state or city or town to get away from narcissists, parents, and things like that, right? To get away from those individuals, right? So I know I've gone a bit off topic, but it was things that I needed to mention. I just need you to know, like, what these individuals have done is they've seen the window of opportunity. Okay, and it seems it's not the most beautiful path that you think you're gonna walk. That's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of you are in the midst of now. It's a hurtful path. You're in pain. You've been betrayed. You may have been cheated on. You've been like this, right? You're in a place of hurt, and this road that you're walking doesn't seem like a beautiful road. But I'm telling you, your soul's on a road. You know, your soul is evolving through that road that you're walking, and as you start to go through this road, from where you're at, where the narcissist pushed you away, has gone cold, if you listen to my advice and you don't chase and you just leave them alone, this journey that you're going to walk on this road will become brighter and brighter and brighter. And I'm still walking on this road, right? Just like you are, okay? And I've seen things that I've done many years ago come back to me, and call it karma, call it God's will, call it a blessing, whatever you want to call it, the universe, synchronicities, I don't know, right? Things have come back in other ways and shapes and forms now, okay? So really, if that's what a lot of you go on to do. I've spoken to people that they go on to help people. They go on to start their own channels. They go on to do things like that, right? Working at their own channels, writing books, things of this nature. I hear this from frequent individuals that I speak to in sessions. So you go on to help people. I've spoken to people that have helped people in their own circles, okay, with narcissistic abuse and stuff like that. That's what I mean. You will become experienced. You're educated, not from me, from your own experience. You've learned, you see. I'm just kind of, maybe we're building together. You know, you put things in the comments, I learn. I speak to people in sessions, I learn. We learn from each other's experiences. So just embrace that what this was all about. Your discard, your ghost and abandonment, it's not a reflection of you. it's not because you're lacking in this way or that way or this way or that way, or you're not this way or you're not that way. You know what I'm saying? It's actually because they felt you slipping away. They really felt you slipping away. And now you've gone through this, you ain't going to be doing the things that you used to do. Okay? You ain't going to be doing the things that you used to do. Like, after a narcissistic abusive relationship of any kind, friendship, family, romantic relationship, boss, colleague, whatever, you ain't going to be the same person after that. Okay? And some people may not, they don't understand what you're doing. I'm telling you, you're just going to go on that road, right? And you may be isolated for a while, but honestly, it's a beautiful path to walk. It's a very beautiful path to walk. And it's something not a lot of people find, is the power to stand alone, right? And I think that's something some people never learn that through their whole lives. Some people never need to. But a chosen one, an empath, a genuine soul, needs to learn how to stand alone and not be dependent upon no one. And like I said, when you find something, you find your footing in some sort of way. Like me, for instance, you know, if I'm around people and I need to go make a video, I've got to go and do work. You know, if I'm going to work, I have to go to work. You know, I'm focused in my own lane, and that's how you should be too, focused in your own lane. All right, have other things going on. It's much better for healthy relationships, even when you come across them. So anyway, thank you so much for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. If you'd like to donate or support to the channel, you can. Check out the spiritual channel, or have a look through the videos on this channel too. So anyway, I'll be back on a video soon. Peace.